Hi guys, as you guys know, I'm trying to build a video editor that lets you create a publishing worthy video for YouTube from a Zoom recording with a single click. So that's the critical part. You should be able to simply sit down, record yourself, make a presentation using Zoom, and then just with one click create a video. It's really useful to do this kind of thing, to have a tool like this if you have to create document your journey videos. For example, if you want to document the creation of a product, when you have to put out a video on a daily basis, it takes a lot of time to edit those by hand. This can automate that process. So I made a lot of progress over the weekend. In particular, I already had the pieces together. You guys can see this. These are the workflow steps that I demonstrated in previous videos. It gets the video from Zoom. So this is the first step. So I could actually, so you can click on these steps individually. This is my new workflow tool. This is what I created over the weekend. And you can run these individual steps. So you can say that you want to automatically download the latest Zoom, and that's the default option. And you can also download a specific Zoom recording. But the tool comes up with the default option, so you can actually run all of these together. And that's kind of what I want to talk about today. That with a single click, you can run the whole thing. You just create your Zoom recording, and then you say or run selected, so you can unselect some steps if you don't want to run everything. Runs all the steps, and it spits out a video that you can just upload to YouTube. So, but you can also go one by one. Let's say I want to test it. I want to say, okay, automatically download the latest video. I can just run this step individually, and it's gonna download the steps. It tells you up here what it did. You can also run the other steps individually if you want to test them out. You can look at I already ran this one, so that's why I have the pieces together, but when it comes up, you don't have the videos yet. So for example, I already have a video file here. I can just click on it and look at it. This is the video that it generated. Hi guys. Basically, it does all of these with one click in one go. So let's just go back and let's try to do that. If I say I create a new project, this is project 5. This is a testing project. So I create a new project, and I create project 6, and then I say, okay, create project. Okay, so that's my project 6. And now I say, you guys see a lot of things are dimmed down because the pieces are not ready yet. So if I wanted to go by hand, I couldn't do everything. For example, I couldn't look at the video because there's no video yet. There's no video generated. I couldn't look at the thumbnail. All of those things have to be generated. Again, I could go one by one, like what I was showing you guys before, or I can just click on, I can just click on run selected. All of them are selected, and then it's just going to go through the whole thing. So download the Zoom video, the latest one by default, so you don't have to make a selection. And then it refines the script. Refining the script, as I showed in other videos, what it does, it takes the transcription from the Zoom transcription. If you record in the cloud, Zoom creates a transcription. It takes that transcription. It also creates an alternate script if you want to re-narrate it, nicely flowing paragraphs. But most importantly, it creates chapters and chapter titles, and those are going to get inserted into the video automatically by the AI. So what refining script does, it really just extracts these chapter titles, and also it creates titles for the whole video, and short title and YouTube title the way YouTube likes it. So you don't have to think about any of these. It's all done for you basically. Finding silence is another important thing. Again, is doing it automatically. Is that one of the things that you have to do to your videos typically, and it's very very time consuming, is to go through and find all the silent parts and cut them out and trim them and clip them. And what this tool does is it basically finds these silences and it will trim them out. Now, you can disable this functionality if you want. Like as I showed in other videos, I have a visual timeline, a smart timeline, where these silences show up, and then you can just disable the clipping, so those will not be clipped out, because you may not agree with clipping them out, right? So that's another thing. Generating thumbnail is a big one, and the tool does that automatically. Again, I showed this in other videos. What it does, it goes back to the refined script, and based on that, in the transcription, it generates a thumbnail that makes sense for your video. And now it's generating the video file, which is the final output. So if you're not happy with the product, with the outcome, then you can go back and you can rerun the steps and customize things the way you want, and then regenerate the video file. Okay, so now we have the video file. Now we generate the blog. This is kind of tangential to everything I'm doing, because this is not the primary thing I'm trying to accomplish with this video editor. But since I have all this material, it also generates a blog for you. So you can post it to your blog, a blog article based on the content of your video. It put out the messages, everything that it accomplished, everything that it put together, created a project, downloaded the Zoom recording, refined the video script, scanned for silences, the thumbnail was generated, and then there's no trailer attached automatically. So you can also have a trailer. That's another time-consuming part. The tool will automatically attach your trailer if you have one. New video file was generated and a blog article was created. Okay, so now we can look at the product. Here's the enhanced, the refined script. So it has the title, it has the description. This is what you're going to put into YouTube. So you don't have to write it yourself. The tool writes it for you. This is the thumbnail. The tool created it for you. It created a title based on the content and superimposed it onto the AI generated thumbnail. And so that's another thing you might have, otherwise would have to spend a lot of time with. And then this is the script transcription. It annotated. It shows you where the chapter titles are inserted, and it also suggests that there's a likely content end if you don't do anything. If you don't remove this from this smart time, this is what I call smart timeline. If you don't remove this, then when the video gets generated, it actually cuts the video off there. So if you end the narration and it's clearly wanting to end the video, but there's some noise or something going on after that, the tool will know to cut that off, so you don't have to do it by hand. So all of this is done for you, and you do it with one click from a Zoom recording. So that's what I did over the weekend. Thank you guys for listening, and have a nice day.